Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. It's Ijoma here, and in today's video we're going to learn how to make this dress with a pointy structured sleeve and a queen anne neckline. So if you're making this, you will need about 2 yards of fabric. The combination should be like 1 yard of maybe the white and 1 yard of the black. Yes, now we are going to divide our paper into two. We are going to draft the front and the back. So when I was making this top, I didn't know that the back has the same shape as the front. It was after that I saw the picture of the back. So in this video, I made the back normal length. The front is longer than the back. But if you want the back to have the same slit the front has, you can still do it, and it is easier at the back. So now I've divided my paper into two. The thing is, this top is quite long, like it is up to 34 inches. That pointy part is up to 34, 32 inch. It's up to 32 inches. Yes, so if you are cutting out your paper should be long enough, 32 inches. If you want it to be pointy at the back, like if you want the back to have the same shape as the front, you should also take note of that, so that the full length of your top will be up to 32, 34. Yes, according to your height actually. Now it depends on your height. So now we are going to start marking our measurements, and this top has only a bust dart. We are making use of only bust dart. So normally our front half length is longer than our back half length. So my front half length is 17, my back half length is 16 inches. So if I mark 17 for my front, I'll mark 16 for my back. So you need to take note of that. Then by the time we are done adding our bust dart, everything will blend. So now the full length of this top, like the normal hip length of this top, we are going to make it 22 inches. 22 inches for the normal hip length. Then from that 22, you will determine how long the basque, like the pointy, that triangular part will be. But the normal hip length, normal full length is 22. You can make it 23 or 24, but 22, 23 is okay. Then from that point, you will now slash it to around 32 inches for the full length, like for the pointy part. Okay, now I'm labeling the lines. We have our chest line, our bust point, half length, full length, and this is the basque. Let's call it basque or extension, like the pointy part. Let's just call it extension. Now that we are done marking the front, like I said, when I was making the back of this dress, I made it normal length. So my back half length is 15 and a half. Sorry, the front half length is 17, the back half length is 15 and a half. Then I marked my back half length, so the back full length also will be 1.5 inch shorter than the front. You can see that the full length of the front, that's the hip line of the front, and the hip line of the back are not the same. By the time we are done fixing our bust dart, everything will be equal. Okay, so now I'll also label the lines. I'm going to divide this paper into two so that we can focus on the front. So for the front, it has more like a queen anne neckline. So we are going to make it 3 inches wide. Then from there, we are going to trace out our neck depth. Okay, so you can make your neck to be deep, you can make it to have a normal neck depth, let's say around 5 inches, 6 inches. So this is what I have, and I'm starting with my shoulder. My shoulder is 15 inches, that is 7.5. If you divide it by 2, that is 7.5. And I connected a straight line to my chest line, and after that we are going to mark our armhole. Now for the neckline, I said that we are making the width 3 inches wide. Then you will come down by 3.5. Yes, so from that 3 inches, come down by 3.5, and you connect a straight line to that 3.5. Then from the 3.5, you will make a sweetheart curve. So now I will make my sweetheart curve, and it is about 6 inches deep. Okay, like total from the top to the depth of the neckline is 6 inches. Then I'll mark my armhole. Then after marking this armhole, we are going to take our bust measurement divided by 4, our waist measurement divided by 4 at the actual full length, like at the hip line. the actual full length, like the hip length, you will divide your hip by 4, and maybe you can add extra 1 inch or 1.5 so that it will not be tight on your hip. If you look at that dress, the dress is curvy around the hip area. So after dividing your hip by 4, you can add extra 1 inch so that it will have that curvy shape. So at this point, I realized that this extension that I added is not enough. I had to add extra paper. Yes, I had to add extra paper so that the triangle will be very deep. That is the beauty of this top. So if you are cutting out, your paper should be up to 34 inches. Yes, I had to join paper and I took it down. I'll do that later. So I'm trying to mark my bust dart. So the difference between my front and my back half length is 1.5 inch. The front is 17, the back is 15 and a half. So I came down by 1.5 from my bust point, and that is my side dart. So this is the only dart that we are using on this dress. So right now I will go ahead and measure, and from the half length you come down by like 2 inches or 2.5. This particular part that I'm marking now is for the slit area. The slit, it has a slit at the front. So from your half length, you come down by 3 inches or 2 inches. Like from your navel, you should come down by like 3 inches, and that is where your slit will be at. So before I do that, I want to join paper to the paper I have here, because the extension is not too long for me. I want it to be very long. Okay, so for the slit area, your slit should stop at 3 inches below your navel. Okay, so now that I am done joining this paper, I will go ahead and remark the full length, and I mark 34. So from this the extension, yes, so from my full length, like my hip area, I connected it down to this new paper that I have. So now you can see that the triangle is deep. Yes, that is the beauty of it. So you should have a total of 34 inches. Yes, so now this is our new basque or new triangular shape. Yes, so now I'm going to cut out my paper, and like I said, the slit will stop at 3 inches below your navel or your half length. Now after cutting this, the next thing that we are going to cut is the upper part. So the upper part, it has a combination. So that upper part is going to stop below your under bust, around like 2 inches below your under bust. Okay, yes. So now I will go ahead, like from my half length, I will go up by like 2 inches, and then from that 2 inches I will connect it very close to my bust dart in order to get the area that I will combine. So from your half length, go up by 2 inches, and from that 2 inches you will connect it. From your bust point, you will come down by like 2.5. So from the 2 inches that you came up from at your half length, you will connect it to the 2.5 you came down by from the bust point, so that you have that triangular shape. So I had to bring it down to 1.5. Like from my half length I came up by 1.5, so that I will have that fine triangle line. So this part now is what I'm going to cut on white, and the other one is what I will cut on black. So right now I am done cutting this front, so I'm trying to like make my triangle sharp, and that is all for the front. Like I said, we are using a side dart, because side dart, this bust dart is the suitable dart for this type of top. Okay, so now that is it for the front. We have the down part and we have the upper part. I hope all these lines that I'm marking is not confusing you people. This is the first time I'm trying it out, so yeah. Now, so this is the back, and for the back I said that our back full length will stop at the hip line, like normal hip line, then the front will extend downwards. But if you want that extension at the front to be at the back too, like if you want that triangular shape at the front to be at the back too, then you should repeat the same thing at the back. The back will be very long. Then from the hip you will extend, from the hip you will connect to your extension. But for me, I didn't know that top was like that. So I did normal full length at the back. So for the neckline, I did 3 by 1.5, and I'll mark my shoulder, I'll mark my armhole. I don't want to add that to this back, so what I did was at the half length, at the zipper area, I came in by 1 inch. Yes, and then from there I took my waist measurements, my bust measurements, and my hip measurements at the full length. Yes, so I don't want to add that at this back. So right now I'll come up by 1 inch from my zipper allowance area, because I added 2 inches from my zipper allowance. So from that 2 inches, I'll come in by 1 inch, and then I will connect. Yes, so this is where I'll manipulate it from. I don't want to add that to the back. So now from that new measurement, I will now take my waist measurements. Okay, so my waist is 30 divided by 4, that is 7.5, and I will mark. Then I will divide my bust by 4, and at the full length I will divide my hip by 4 plus extra 1, so that it will give me that hip curve. Yes, so now after doing that, we are going to draft our sleeve. I think I should make this video part 1 and part 2, because the tutorial is quite long. Yes, I think I should make it part 1 and part 2. The tutorial is so long. So right now I am done, and I'm going to cut out what I have. Yeah, now after doing this, the next thing that we are going to do is to draft our sleeve. And you know that the sleeve is not a regular sleeve, so that sleeve is a pointy sleeve. But before you do it, you are going to cut out a basic sleeve, like a normal long sleeve. So from the long sleeve, you will now cut out that pointy sleeve. Okay, and if we are drafting our sleeve, we are going to draft our sleeve on fold. Yes, if you are drafting your sleeve, remember to draft it on fold. So now I am done with my front and my back bodies, and I'll go ahead and keep them aside. Now this is my paper, and I will measure out my sleeve. So this sleeve has a pointy cap, and it has a slit at the side. At the full length of this sleeve, it has a slit at the side. So what I'm going to do now is that I will draft my normal sleeve, and this length of the sleeve will be long, like the length of my sleeve. Normal length is 24 inches, but I'm going to make this one up to 27 inches. I want it to be very long. So from the top, you come down by 5, and then take your normal measurements. After taking your normal measurements, you will draw your sleeve curve. So after drawing that sleeve curve, you connect your measurements and you cut out your sleeve. So now I am done cutting out this sleeve. The next thing that I'm going to do is from the cap, like from the top of this sleeve, you come down by 2.5. So if you come down by 2.5, you will mark a straight line there, and that is where you are going to cut out from. You can come down by 2 or 2.5. Yeah, 2.5, then cut out. Now after cutting out, I'll get my fabric, because you're going to do a little slash and spread here, but I want to do it directly on my fabric. So this is my fabric, and I'll go ahead and slash that cap. This top that I'm holding now is the cap, the sleeve cap. So from the center, I will slash it, and I will spread it by 2 inches. I don't want to do it on another paper. I'm doing it directly on my fabric. So I'll spread it by 2 inches. I'll get my tape. So if I measure, I have 2 inches there now. So the next thing that I am going to do is to extend it down. So I'll come down by 2 inches again, spread by 2, and extend down by 2. So from the point, from the end, connect to that 2 inches that you came down by, and then connect the top so that it will give you this triangular look. So after spreading by 2 inches, also come down by 2 inches and connect to that 2 inches, then connect the top. So after cutting out that top, this is what you should have, this triangle. So I'll go ahead and cut out 2 of it. Now I am done cutting that, and the next thing that I'm going to cut now is our main sleeve. So for our main sleeve, this is our main sleeve. I'll open it up. Okay, now after placing it on my fabric, I am going to extend it upwards by 2 inches. From the center, go up by 2 inches, and then connect a triangle down to that part that you cut out the cap from. Go up by 2 and connect back to that line that you cut out the sleeve cap from. Then you go ahead and cut. Now after cutting, this is what it will look. This is the cap. The cap now has a triangular shape, and the main sleeve also have a triangular, like the main sleeve has a triangular shape at the top. Yes, so after the slash and spread, you have that triangular shape that you saw there. Then the main sleeve, after extending it by 2 inches, the top will also have a triangular shape. So now I am cutting out my sleeve, and after cutting out this sleeve, I'll cut a lining for it. So I'm trying to like indicate the areas where the sleeve cap left from. So now after doing this, we'll start cutting our lining and the other parts of our dress, our top. So now I am done cutting. Yeah, so this is the black part. Yes, with the extension, you can see that it is long. The triangle is long, and that is the beauty. I've also cut out a lining for it. Then the cap, the next thing is the cap of the sleeve. That cap that I did slash and spread, I added hard gum to all the pieces, both the main fabric and the lining. The white ones are the main fabric, the black ones are the lining. So you can see that I added hard gum to the main fabric and to the lining, and I'm not turning it. I'll just place the two of them together, run a stitch round just to hold the lining and the main fabric, because that is what will give that part structure. So this is the top, the neckline area. I'll go ahead and use this lining to turn the neckline, and after turning the neckline, we will add a dart, our side darts. Yes, so I'll turn my neckline first. So this is the main sleeve, like the main sleeve without the cap. I'll also cut out lining for it. I've already cut out a lining for it, and I'm trying to mark where the slits of that sleeve will stop at. You know that the sleeve has a slit at the side, so this is where the slit of the sleeve will stop at. Okay, so now we'll also get our lining. Now if you are turning it with your lining, you will turn that area that will have slit, that will come with a slit. So that area that will come with a slit, you will turn. So this place that I marked that chalk, I am going to start sewing from there, turn the down part, and then stop where that chalk is at. You will turn the full length of the sleeve and turn the sides, but you will stop at the area where I marked that chalk, because that is where I want the slit of my sleeve to stop at. Okay, so this is the other one too. I have placed it together with the lining, and I will turn till the area that I marked my chalk. You will not turn the sides entirely. Okay, now this are the back pieces. I'll go ahead and arrange my lining. I'll use my lining to turn the necklines. So now we are done turning the cap. We did not turn it, like I just added hard gum to the lining and to the main fabric and ran a stitch around it. So now place the two of them like this. Those triangular parts should be facing each other. Yeah, so I'm done turning this sleeve also. So now these triangular parts should be facing each other, and we are going to sew it back to where we removed it from. So place it like this and sew. So I'm going to get my pins and I'll pin everything down so that you will see what it looks like after stitching. So guys, I actually used pieces to make this dress. I managed fabric. I just wanted to make a tutorial. You know, making tutorials these days is expensive. Yeah, most of the time I don't wear these clothes. I just do them for tutorial sake. Yeah, so now I am done pinning. So if you pin and turn it over, it should give you something like this. Yes, so the way I pinned it is the way you are going to sew on your sewing machine. So now place the other triangle and then stitch the two of them. So now I'll go ahead and sew, then I'll come back and show you guys. So now this is the black part. I'm done turning it with the lining and it is neat. Then the upper part also, I'm done turning the neckline with a lining, and I'll go ahead and pick my side dart. Yes, I'll pick my side dart first of all before I attach it to the black part. Yes, so go ahead and pin where you are going to add your side dart, or you can mark it out. Then after that you join it back to this black part. Okay, so now we'll keep that one aside. So these are the back pieces. I'm done turning the full length and the neckline, and I'll go ahead and close the zipper allowance area. Yeah, so use a loose stitch to close the zipper allowance. Okay, so now after doing that, I'll come back and show you guys what I have. Now this is my sleeve. I'm done joining that triangle, and this is what I have. So if you join back that triangular cap of the sleeve, this is what you will have, and you can see that it looks good. Yeah, it looks really good. It is pointy. So this remaining area is the area that you will join to your armhole. So now I'll go ahead and shape with 1/2 inch, but I will not cross that area that my slit is at. You know, the sleeve has a slit. Yes, you will not cross that area. Once you get to the slit area, you will pause. So now this is for the front, and I am done. I'll go ahead and join it with the back, pin them together and shape. Then after shaping, I will come back and join my sleeve. So right now I am done shaping, and it is time to add our sleeve. Yeah, so the back of the top has a normal length. So this is our sleeve, and we'll go ahead and join it to the armhole. You go ahead and join to the armhole. then the other parts as well, you will join it to the armhole. So guys, I hope this tutorial is helpful. If you find it helpful, please do not forget to click on the like button so that more people can get to see this video. Also subscribe to my channel so that anytime I upload a video, you will be notified. We also have so many ongoing online classes, corsets, trouser, blazer, hoodie, anything at all. We have so many classes, about 20 of them. So if you want to register, do well to send us a WhatsApp message and I will direct you on how to register. Thank you all so much. See you in my next video. Bye.